screens, can we do a sound check on you, Tay?
We don't allow sound checks in this household.
No.
No!
Yep.
I'm just glad.
Oh, hi there.
Didn't see you
Welcome.
there.
Welcome.
Yeah. Oh, hi there. There's
Oh.
two familiar figures
Ugh.
approach. Hi. Yeah, welcome to A Book of Time. I'm your host, Wombat. We're here today in the memory of Rakesh. And we are doing something for some fucking reason. We're up in the north because
See, even our
Why
DM's
not?
confused. Why the fuck are we here?
yeah, you guys don't tell me shit. Yeah, cool. It's fine. Yeah, and so yeah, for some fucking reason, party's here. I don't know. It's up to you guys, I guess, to figure out. Not the party. I'm talking to the viewers. Um, yeah. So uh, yeah, I think that's a brief summary, I guess. Yeah. So we can do we'll do announcements first. Why not?
Don't have much. Ritual Exposition is October 8th. You'll see Wombat and myself there. We'll be joined by Nikki, Chris, and Callie with our fearless host, Bucket. Will be there. We've got conspiracies, we've got questions, we've got all the things. Shitty animations we're real proud of. And character stickers are in the shop with new ones coming in 3 weeks. Two more character stickers are coming in 3 weeks. So that's exciting. There's also pins, and I'm looking into a supplier of acrylic keychains. So that would be real cute. Have our little faces on keychains. That's all I
Oh,
got.
gross! I don't want my face on that.
You can have Callus's bandaged face instead.
I don't want your face on it either, bud.
That's worse. That's worse.
You can have any member of Cast Exposition's face on a keychain.
Whoa!
We'll get Chris's feeling cute might delete.
Just Thomas's
I want
empty
that.
chair on a keychain.
I want 100 posters of that just so I can put them all over my bedroom wall. So it's the first thing I see when I wake up.
We should deadass poster though a picture of Thomas's empty chair in the shop, just like the chair.
Okay.
Oh dear.
That's all
Excellent.
of our announcements.
Sweet. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Cool. Now we do a brief recap of what happened last session. Callie, you're exempt from this because you were not here, but you are welcome to say something if you want.
Help.
Accurate. Chris.
Help.
Accurate.
No, we met some
Cry.
people. We
Oh,
did some
okay.
fighting.
Oh, you're actually
we met
gonna
some.
say something.
Yeah. We met some masked people fighting off what we assumed to be the Cabal. Although I think we spent 2 rounds of fighting, going, "Are we fighting the right people?" I
Yeah,
don't
so
know.
you went into a fight with masked people fighting masked people, and the masked people won. So it's good.
Yeah. 100%.
Cool. Cryo.
So yeah, Mark's people, I think we're like 80% sure we were helping the right people. The people we helped invited us to some sort of what was it, like refuge?
Like a hideaway? Yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
bear's den.
hideaway. And I forget. Fucking Sneros is fucking missing.
Yeah, your sunburned as shit, man.
What was that? Sorry.
Your sunburned as shit. I don't know if it's just the lighting or what, but your arms are red as fuck.
Were you outdoors?
sunburn. Yeah, I was
Oh,
outdoors.
honey,
So-
no.
Yeah,
It's fine.
cool.
I use it worse. Yeah.
Cool. Is that all you got for recap?
Yeah, that's all I can remember.
Cool. Nikki.
I'm going to let the respective players talk about this themselves, but we had a couple of talks with some patrons, potential patrons, and we all got a long rest except Serenia, who was on 2 levels of exhaustion. That's Mary Cat.
Yeah. Hey.
Hi. I'm on 2 levels of exhaustion. Um, made some new BFFs, hopefully, making some besties, sharing some tea. We gossiped a little bit. Saw Mary get slapped around like a wet chicken. It was kind of like a cute little fist fight in the corner. It was real cute. Uh, yeah, we were all just real confused if we were fighting the right people. Masks, man. That's why we stopped wearing them. Because we couldn't tell who was who.
Yeah. Cool. Alrighty. Thomas.
Uh, oh, okay, we hear me. I'm tired. Um, I had daddy issues and
In game or out of game?
don't ask too much question if you don't want lie.
Good. Yes, daddy.
What the fuck are those dice?
Daddy? Oh no, cryo.
Those like bones.
Yeah? What?
Huh? What?
Daddy cryo.
No,
Is that
but
the new? Is that the new?
Oh god, no.
Daddy Harry.
Not in this fucking campaign.
I was right.
Am
Yeah,
I gonna
daddy
take
issues
the
were abound.
beamer or the rice today? Like,
'Cause,
totally can't decide.
we also ran into Lord Jasper Heinrich, which Callie won't have seen, but that's the exact person we were trying to avoid when
No,
we
it's
didn't want to go to the north.
the exact same. That's the person that you wanted to avoid. No one else knew who the
Yep.
fuck that is. Yeah.
We are Groot.
Yeah.
Go.
We are Mork. Cool.
Like, totally.
All right.
So good.
So I think that covers just about everything. For now, let me just play myself some beats to get into the space. Yeah, cool. So welcome. Um, it's dark, very dark, almost pitch black. You are so red. Yeah.
We glazed him in barbecue sauce on the smoker for 3 hours before this, and we made sure to flip him rightly. That's why it's
Some of
this
us just
even
glazed
red.
him.
Barbie, yeah,
I'm
Barbie.
I'm
Come
holding.
on, come on. Uh, cool. Um,
I got no aloe vera, by the way, so
don't worry, I'll come around later and spit on you. Cool.
Really?
What an
Um,
offer.
uh, all right. Sorry. We'll start again. It's dark, almost pitch black. There's a strange and familiar coldness as this blast of chilling wind just passes by your face. It snaps you to alertness, and as you look around, you realize you're not in Bleakford. You are in some sort of just some sort of almost like an office, like a study. And there's a window that leads outside, and it leads to the view of a small town. Small town full of just basic houses, basic buildings, simple people. It's located in a swamp. There's these wooden planks of logs across the ground, making makeshift roads, lining the streets so that people don't have to step in the water. And as you look around again, you see on the desk there is a piece of paper, and hastily scribbled on it is the words, "Is this real?" And suddenly the window blows open, cold wind rushes through again. Blasting past your face, you once again snap to alertness. And you're in a familiar place. And you see a familiar figure sitting atop a small hill underneath a tree, looking out towards Seoul, towards the snow that falls all around it. What do you do, Snaros?
Hmm. She will approach the figure.
As you get closer, you see a familiar sort of dark blue suit and sort of like vest, well dressed, well kept, graying hair and a beard, and it's the familiar uh, uh, form of the curator, just sitting on this hill, looking at Sol, as he did when the party first encountered him outside of Sol after the gallery.
Admiring your work.
Would you care to have a seat?
I prefer standing.
Fair enough. As for my work, no, it's not my work. You and your friends, you're the ones who've done this.
Really.
Yes.
How so?
You left. You abandoned the people. This is your fault, not mine.
Well, you could take it up with them.
I knew I called you here for a reason. You're probably wondering
Good.
why you, but to me, from what I've seen, you seem to be the most, shall we say, level-headed, sensible of your party. That's why I bring you here. I don't know what you think I am. I don't know what you think my plans are. I don't know what you think. I don't know if you think I'm some sort of monster, but everything has a price. The price for you and your friends leaving Seoul is what you see before you. The price of my magic is blood, life force. It's what you saw in the gallery. There is a price for everything.
There is. Your method, though, I do not agree with. And that is why we are enemies. As we stand now.
The Do I regret some of the things I've done? Yes. But I would never take them back. I have a goal that I'm trying to achieve. I've got something I want to do. Everything has a price. And he sort of opens this book, takes this quill, or same one that you saw flying around the gallery, and he writes into this book and strikes a line through it, suddenly black. And when you come to, you look around and you're floating in the air above Seoul. The streets of Seoul are just a mess. There's corpses in the street. Um, there's people huddling around these makeshift fires. There's people fighting each other over supplies. It's just not a pleasant sight. And you see, however, although this is, well, quite a bad thing to see, all this people fighting over supplies and these people who are dead in the street and people struggling to survive. And you can see elsewhere, there's also these sort of, there's almost a weird sense of unity in some cases. Like, for example, looking around, you see um, a cultist of Aizu, notoriously aggressive people, very hateful towards the old gods, not very liked, who's sort of sitting away from this fire and is shivering, cold. And Floyd, someone who worships the god of trickery, the old god of trickery, um, walks over, just picks him up, and sort of says something. You can't hear it, but walks him over towards the fire that is set up. As you see other members of the Mark sort of posting up and creating some sort of home for people in this new, dangerous version of Soul. And the curator turns and looks at you. And he says, now, hopefully, you can see that while everything has a price, not always bad things come with it. For example, you see there are these people who are supposed to be at odds, these ones who worship the old gods and these ones who worship these new gods who are working together now. They're unified in a goal, and that goal is survival. I'm not a bad person. You're not a bad person. But everything has a cost. And I, for one, am willing to pay whatever that cost is.
And when that cost is there's no more people around, what will you do then with an empty world? Or a dying one?
Come and find me. I'm still an Ichigo. We should have a conversation. You'll,
Very pleasant with you. I'm sure Ambrose would love a conversation with you.
everything has a price. And he clicks his fingers, and a cold wind washes over you, and you suddenly come into consciousness, and you are outside a building. A building known. You're not really sure. Like it's definitely like a sort of abandoned building. And there's a little sort of piece of like this like just piece of earth that has been sort of shot up out of the ground and formed into like a doorstop to stop the door from opening on the outside. And you can hear some familiar booming voices of Ambrose from within. Uh,
So the
what do you
door
do?
cannot be opened outward or it can open inward still.
It can't open. Like
Oh,
you can get like a crack that big pretty much.
okay. Are there windows or a way to climb up?
Yeah,
Okay. There goes Snaros.
yeah, cool. Do you want to go through like a bottom floor window or a top floor window?
On the floor, because why would she want to climb too high and not know where they are?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so you just come up to a window and just sort of like crack it, and just open it, sort of, and yeah, the alarm would go off. Yeah,
Serenia's eyes like shoot open and she starts smacking Mary like frantically. Doesn't even say anything, just like starts pounding like it's a door. And then she like slows down and pitters and just taps and goes, "There's someone upstairs."
he's on
As soon as she
first
gets
floor.
in,
Yeah, and like Serena like starts
soon
like
as she gets
crawling
in fully,
behind.
as soon
Like,
as she gets
She's
in
on the
fully, she's
first floor,
gonna.
babe. I'm
uh,
sorry, Callie.
You're fine. As soon as she gets in, she's gonna yell, "Y'all could have at least left the door open for me."
you see a fridge creeping around the corner with what looks like a bat. Oh, and then calm down again.
Or you could have blocked the windows too.
Where the fuck did you go?
That's a good question. Apparently, I went all the way back to Seoul.
Seems suspicious, but alright.
She'll close the window.
Yeah, the rock's still going, so it's bringing in heat. So I imagine that the wind coming in is quite shocking.
Not to her though. She's just like,
Hard
Well,
nipples
she's
for
hitting a wall
everybody
of heat
else.
walking in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because there's a space heater in here from Ambrose. Um, so Ambrose looks up from the fire and um, says, "Hey, you're here. We didn't know where you went. Did you find your mama?" What?
It's bedtime. Just
It's not bedtime. It's morning time. There's breakfast. Are you
"What
gonna
do you
poke?
mean
Yeah,
found my
it's a
mother?
good thing that you're up. Actually, are you gonna poke all the holes in these pancakes?
What do you mean found my mother?"
Oh, Ferris and Shy said that you might be looking for your mama.
Ah, they don't know where she is?
So you didn't,
what do you mean
No,
poking
I was
holes in the
interrupted.
pancakes?
because that's how you make waffles. You don't remember?
Serena
I'm
just
so
stares at
happy
you
I
like she's
wasn't the
having a stroke.
only person wondering.
This is what you told me. This is how you make waffles when you don't have a waffle iron. This
This
is
was
what you told
a
me.
yeah. This was a session 2 thing.
Okay.
I'm going to write this down for posterity, just so that we never forget that again.
Note taken.
Papa says you make waffles by poking holes in pancakes.
That's
I'm
Waffle
going
not
to
how
put
Boy
you
you
make
make
say.
waffles
waffles.
by
That's just how
vigorously
Serenity
fingering
makes them.
pancakes.
Love
Ooh,
finger
oh
blasting
my.
pancakes first thing in the morning. Um, she's just staring at you. She's just confused.
You can just have pancakes. That's also fine. But Rosie, it's real nice that you're back. Did you have a good walk?
No, I didn't. But he's saying they didn't know where my mother was.
They didn't say that. They just said you're looking for her.
They're
How
still with
dare
us, aren't they? Those two people.
And as you are all sort of having this discussion, Shy and Faris come down from upstairs, just sort of Faris no mask, Shy mask, and sort of groggily walks down the stairs, and Faris just says, "Ugh, what is all this noise? It's early." Oh,
Come on. You should be used to the noise.
good to see you. Uh,
Good to see you too as well.
been a while. Sorry, did you find your mother?
No, I didn't. I got interrupted. Is she missing?
No, no, she was supposed to be at the home, and the home is
Got it.
sort of like the current like main outpost for the sort of resistance.
All right. I should look to her party. The curator decided to have a conversation with me.
Hmm.
Really? What? How'd he get here? Did he come through the portal too?
When I stepped through the portal, I was not here. Rather, I was by soul,
So it didn't
and he
work
said
for
it's
you?
our fault. Hmm?
It didn't work.
It's magic, Ambrose. I think he interrupted it. It's a little tricky.
Huh.
However, he said that it's our fault that Soul is now an ice cube, as well as he also said everything has a price.
I
Showed
think
me
it's interesting
Soul.
he should blame us for that, considering it was his associate.
I think it's interesting seeing as we couldn't even fight it that well without a god interrupting, so to speak.
I think he's just being mean. That just sounds mean.
Yeah.
But I'm not one to evaluate uh other people's uh
He said
Yeah,
everything has a price to pay,
Your mic
and
just
he's willing to pay
hella
whatever
dropped.
price it
yeah,
takes.
you were cutting out a bit there.
Fuck.
me or Callie.
Yeah,
Heard
you,
that.
Nikki.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm right here.
Why the fuck is your mic on the roof?
It's just
It's an
on a
arm.
boom. It's on a boom.
Because when
Yeah.
she's not doing D&D, she's like dropping the next SoundCloud fucking rap. Like
Forgot that
it's always.
announcement. Follow Nikki on SoundCloud for her next EP, guys. I'm so sorry. I forgot. My bad. I knew I was forgetting something so important.
Instagram useless CFAX for the
Called
latest
Laying
fish
Witches and
beats.
Slaying Bitches. October special.
Lead single
Maybe
Fish
we should
Bitches
wake
out
up.
now.
Is Jackson up? Because I feel like he'd be able to understand what this all means, and I don't understand so good.
I'll go check.
It's alright, Emperor. How's this? He wants us to go to EGB still.
Well, but we were gonna bring help.
Serenia's gonna crawl over to where Jackson is and just get maybe like an inch away from his face and stare at him and be like,
God.
"Good morning."
Jackson, eyes open, first thing you see, right in your face, and Serenia.
Jackson's just half awake. He fucking just rolls over the sea simmer in your brightness face and like freaks the fuck out for a second.
Hello.
Lightning bolt.
If he's sleeping or anything, just like sort of rolls off but catches himself. What the fuck, woman?
Hi. We're leaving now, I think. Get up. And then she's gonna skitter away.
Jackson's gonna get himself up.
Jackson's awake now.
Yes, yeah.
You're not
As
used to picking up
just walking
early,
away,
are
he's
you?
gonna go. Are we in a rush?
The curator is mad. He took Snaros on a date and spilt all the tea, and now, like, we're leaving.
Just sits like stands there confused for a second. What? All right.
Rosie,
I'll
maybe
join
you
you
should
in a few
explain to
minutes.
Sparky what's going on.
Snare's gonna look at Jackson. You awake enough for this, princess?
Yes.
And
I'm
Snare
awake
does
enough.
have this slight little smile, but you know,
Jackson equals princess. Got it.
Fuck. I can't even be mad because that's not that far off.
Like I said, I'm gonna
Right.
take the Beamer and the Royce today. Just have to pick one.
Begrudgingly, he says yes.
curator took me away when I was stepped through first. Soul is an ice cube. Says he will pay any price there is. And also said it's our fault Soul is an ice cube.
Yeah.
But there are
When
people
you
still living.
when you're saying that it's our fault, Mary's like take off his hat and he's just like ringing it like I knew it.
Oh, oh, Mary.
See, you know Storm's real good. Is this something that would have been our fault? Because we didn't stop the. Have we been able to stop the storm?
Fuck what I was gonna say. In what way was it our fault him and his associates attacked the city?
I think
He
that's
said
what we're
it's
asking you.
ridiculous.
Like he,
He's answering our question with a question.
no, I was making a point.
Oh, you're being rhetorical.
Ambrose, do you know what that means?
Nope.
It's a word that he heard the entity say.
Snare's just reaching over and patting Ambrose on the head, just like, hey. Hush, little lamb. Don't worry your
I
head.
missed you. I'm glad you're back. You want a pancake?
Or a
My fingers in it.
waffle.
Sure, Ambrose, I'll take a pancake. I'd
And
like
Ambrose
to...
runs off. He excuses himself from the conversation. I'll go get breakfast. And runs
Okay.
off.
And Shy goes and gives Ambrose a hand.
When Amber's far enough away, Amber's gonna like mutter to herself or anyone close by to hear. He's like a child. Just there and gone. Ooh.
Okay. So now that's the grown-ups. Do we go south and give in to what he wants, or do we go along with the plan and, go say hi?
Jackson just stands there stroking his beard, thinking about this.
Knowing the general, when I report, he'll probably want me to go find him.
So we should go with
However, I
the
do
plan.
need to go to him first.
Go meet our prolific poet.
Yes, well, this interaction Sneros has doesn't really change much, so I say we stick with our original plan.
There's no point giving in to terrorists, right? There's no point accepting blame for something we didn't do.
I think perhaps we shouldn't focus too much on who he blames, considering he is in fact the perpetrator.
And can we talk about yesterday for a minute? Mary, love you.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Which part?
The part where he froze up faster than an icicle in the north.
Did I freeze?
Just a touch.
I am literally trying to remember
I believe this is when Jasper turned up.
Or
Oh,
Jasper disappeared.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. That was a face that I haven't seen in a long time, and I really didn't want to see it again. It's a bad man. Very bad man.
Why is that?
Um, it's strange. When I remember when I was first turned on, I was in a basement, and that was the first face that I saw. And he kept me there, and he didn't talk to me much, but he did tell me to do things, and I didn't really like doing them. And he hurt me a lot because I wouldn't do what he wanted me to do.
When you say
And
he
then,
hurt you, Serenia's eyes like triple.
oh,
in
Harry,
its eyes.
please roll me a Constitution saving throw. Thinking about this.
oh no. Okay, yeah, that's good. 16 plus like 23.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
fine. You hear a buzzing within Mary, but it dies down.
kind of swallowing those emotions down. If he has enough, yeah, I'm sure he does. Um, and then I don't remember. He brought in a strange friend, and they do weird things to me. They were trying to make me compliant, and that's the first time I remember everything just going a little all dark because I'm always awake. I don't get to sleep, and the next thing I knew, I was on the shore, covered in. I didn't really know what it was, but now I think it was bits of people. Um, and I just left the cold place and made my way to Seoul.
Well,
Why I didn't want to come back, and Snarrow said that we wouldn't go anywhere near, and we didn't, but he was here. So, yeah.
okay, so we have options. We wait around like sitting ducks in the snow, or we go run to our possible deaths. Unless anyone has a better idea, I say we stick with the plan.
As there's no speak up, I'd like to stop by the general. Just a quick visit and leave.
I think we vote on it. The last time we let one person decide, we ended up here.
I mean, Faris sort of speaks up and says, Shy and I have to go back there anyway, so we're welcome to just take you with us.
I think we have time for it.
We're already here.
Ambrose
And
goes and wakes up Ogan.
oh yeah, where the fuck is Ogan?
Whoops.
I'm having a
Hey.
big night. It was a
Featherman was
hard day
upstairs, wasn't
yesterday.
he?
No, I came down.
I didn't
You
see
came
him.
down? Okay, where you
Yeah.
been?
Sleeping.
On the floor? Where are you?
No, I was sleeping because it was a hard thing to talk to my family.
Yeah.
I
I'm
was
just
just
wondering where you
sleeping.
are so Ambrose can come get you.
I guess in my room.
Okay.
Are you sleeping on an object we could possibly flip over?
Alright.
Uh, Ambrose goes to the room that Ogun's in,
Not
asks
take
Shy to
this.
watch the pancakes. You know, you just wait until they're bubbly around the outside and then you flip them.
I know how to cook pancakes.
All right. Thanks. And then he goes and runs off for Ogun. Hey, Featherman. Hey, breakfast.
I'm coming.
Coming,
Waits
man.
for him.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't open the door.
No, don't come in here. No, I'm
No, I'm
naked.
naked. I'm naked.
He's having a danger wank.
Ooh.
Do you like pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
All right, just so you know, Serenia's poking the holes. She's in charge.
Or can I have a pancake from my hometown?
Is this your hometown?
No, this is not mine.
Then no, it's not from your hometown. I don't understand.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
It will be waffle.
waffles.
Yeah.
And he calls down to Serenia. Hey, Soda Pop, we got another order for waffles. One up.
Did they say one up? And she's confused.
One up.
And
One
she's
order up. Yeah, it's what you say when you're in a. Never mind.
noticing that Marion Jackson has abandoned her. She's gonna look confused, look at Snaros, and just walk away to find wherever these pancakes are being made. And
Yeah,
she's-
so
not
Shai's sort
far.
of cooking and says, would you like to poke the holes?
yes. And she starts taking her pinky finger and going,
All the way through. Blasphemy.
yeah. She's
Holding
poking
it.
all the way through, 3 by 3 by 3.
I thought that they were not meant to go all the way through.
Where I'm from, we just kind of like make sure they're all the way. You can see through them.
So you make like a
It's like a window.
yeah, like a wind. Okay, so they are window cakes.
Yes. Have you never been south?
I like that. That's real good, Shy.
We have this little spot called Wilfred's Windows. It's precious. It's like a little shop in the corner, and you go for breakfast, and they make fresh, and they've got a special spiky thing that you shove your waffle on, and it puts the holes all the way through, and you can drown them
That's
in
quite
syrup and
violent.
things. Don't you like a little violence with your breakfast?
No.
No,
You guys should experiment
people don't.
more. Starts holding a dagger.
Breakfast up. Where's Sparky? Somebody get Sparky. Breakfast.
I will.
Great timing.
I can't hear you guys.
yeah, you're so loud that he could hear you from the other side of the apartment.
No, I just maxed out the volume on my headset. Also, I had to get ice packs because my legs are starting to fucking hurt.
Aww.
Have a cold shower after this.
Serenia's gonna bring Jackson pancakes that are hanging off of her pinky finger. And then
It is mental, cryo.
She has 2 for Ojin as well. Window cakes are ready.
Ojin will came down and will ask, "Is there maple syrup?"
Let me check. And she walks away, still holding the waffle.
Maple trees don't grow so good here.
Yes, it is a Nord thing.
We
Not this far north.
South. It's a southern thing. We have the grove, the trees.
Nah.
We have.
You can have pine sap, but it's not so good on
was gonna
window cakes.
I saw corn syrup over there. Maybe that's more your thing. It's corn.
I was
It's
hoping for
corn!
me
You know, it's got the big
big
lumps and the
lump
knobs.
corn.
It's like it's juice. It's really delicious, really.
We are ensuring that our stream will never be relevant again, and only in the moment that it is being recorded is it ever going to be relevant.
I was asking if I was hoping for maple syrup. It was a long time since I had some.
Well,
Because it does
Hopefully
not
not here.
grow that much in the south.
It grows more
What?
and stuff. Less here.
we have it in the south. We've got the maple lane. You know. Did you ever?
Have you ever had syrup before? I feel like you're confused.
Look, have some of
Yes.
this instead. And Shy sort of opens a cupboard and pulls out this sort of small jar. And inside of it is this sort of powder. And she sort of hands it over and says, "This is a sort of sweet powder. You can dust your uh, win window
Wind
cakes with
cakes.
it, and yeah, it should pass."
We decide what we're going to do. If we are going to leave, then I'd like to go see my uncle's here, Rosie, and I'd like to see him before we go.
I'd like to see the general as well.
Lee, you don't actually know that your uncle's here.
Me?
Oh.
Ferris and Shy said that Odie was here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Thanks, though.
Yeah, resistance being helped by Uncle Oti, Ambrose's uncle. Fought with Snaros.
You're
Looking,
not supposed to forget things as the DM.
Shut the fuck up.
It's okay. I have notes, and we will always know that Jackson equals princess.
Thank you.
It's always recorded forever.
Unagi.
On that
Unami.
note, when Jackson hears pancakes, he's just standing in front of like a reflective surface, just like fixing his hair up. Before he turns and walks over to get his.
Serenial grabs Jackson's hand, flips it over, and slides 2 of the window cakes off of her finger. Enjoy. And she like skitters to find Ojin.
Thank you.
I like to imagine that she's moving around like a spider. Because you keep on saying skitter. She's like,
And with the creepy noise, like
yeah.
It's
She
the
does the bad thing
stilettos.
from the horror
It-
movies.
It is 100% the stilettos making that noise. The very impractical shoe of wizards everywhere. Just wait till I find like a cape of spider walking. Or the
Shy,
shoe flippers a
do you
web.
know where Uncle Odie is? Are they? Is he with the general?
Yeah, he's been spending a fair bit of time around around her. So it probably should be around there.
And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Is the general your mom, Rosie?
Yes.
Do you normally call your mom general? I call my dad Papa, but he's soldier too.
It's because I'm active rank. Ambrose. It's out of respect.
I respect my Papa more than anybody, but he's still my Papa first. It's just something. I mean, I respect what you.
You can reach out and pat him on the head.
It's just strange. What do we
Keeps
call
on
her?
patting. Keeps on pat.
What do we call her when we meet her?
You are outsiders. I would suggest calling her General Oreo. but she may ask of you otherwise.
All right.
General
all right.
Aria.
General Oreo. We have
Love
completely
accents,
butchered your
don't you?
mom's name.
Maybe
She is a
it's
cookie now.
L'Oreal.
Accents are the best thing.
I've also got Snaro's mum equals Aria, so that is like it's
Notes.
there, it's written.
That's notes. It's written.
It's true. It's known.
It's because she's cream filled. Sorry, I'll see myself out.
I don't like
Snaros
that
had to come
saying
from somewhere.
a certain uncle has been spending more time with her.
Ooh, ooh.
Did you say that out loud? What?
No, I'm saying it to
Okay.
Tay. Don't you give me that wombat.
What?
Wombat, what was that look?
Oh, nothing. I'm just trying to undo the knots that I've tied. Yeah. Uh, um, yeah, cool. So, you guys sort of all finish up your breakfast. Shy goes around and starts cleaning up. Um, and Farah says,
Ambrose helps, and he actually, sorry to interrupt, but he
"Yeah, no, go."
takes those 2 potions that he made, because they took 3 from the cabinet, so he takes the 2 potions that he made and hands them right to Shy and says, "Hey, just to replenish, we took 3, and I wasn't sure if we were supposed to leave more behind for the people that come after us, but I made these 2."
It's much appreciated. Thank you. And she takes them and sort of puts them up in the cupboard.
Yeah. And before we go, I think Mary already gave one to Serenia, but he'll turn to the group and just say, I managed to rustle some of these up last night. They may prove helpful against associates or such. And he'll give a potion of cold resistance to Jackson, Ambrose, and Ogin.
Oh,
And I think
thanks
that's
so
all of
much.
them.
Who has that
Wombat, just so you know,
sparkly
your mic is
potion? That too. Yes. What Cryo's about to say.
What is it?
Your mic was just picking up everything in the background for a second, Wombat.
Oh, cool. Just ignore all the screaming you hear, alright?
You want to share his life with us?
Why was Tiki doing?
Staring at me, actually.
She's out!
Yeah.
Would you see Wombat get
Don't
attacked by a
threaten
fucking
that
budgie?
baby.
Yeah, cool.
Which one of you has that potion? That's that sparkly, shiny one. We
I
had
think
like
Sparky said that he had a little bit left
like
in a vial.
minute
He showed
drop
it to me.
left.
Yeah. That was Sparky.
May I just see it for a minute, Jackson?
Yeah, pulls out and just sort of hands it over. But he's still got like a tight grip as he hands it over to you.
You can sit down with me. It's just gonna be 10 minutes. And she begins to ritually cast Identify on this potion.
In this 10 minutes, what is everyone doing?
Jackson's sitting with me, apparently.
Looking utterly
Cleaning up
befuddled at the fucking breakfast scene that's just happened. People walking around with them on their fingers. They're arguing if powder's better than syrup. Like, just like, I don't know.
Well,
Sitting and talking with Ferris, maybe slowly getting more information on the nature of this person spending more time with mom.
Mhm.
yeah, don't worry. He's
Passive
not
daughter stuff, you know.
is not not that sense. He's just simply here helping with the defense.
And Ambrose is shooting the shit with Shy because they're cleaning up together. So he's asking inane questions like, "So do you have a face under all those faces, or
Yeah.
like just
Cool.
The fuck?
Tiki?
There
What's
really
going
is
on?"
screaming.
Anyway, Shut up.
Today's
Someone call
episode
the
is brought
Australian
to
version of a Mountie.
Cool.
let us send our armed red police to you. Get them on a
Who's
boat
turned upon
ASAP.
Ruse?
um, cool. Yeah. So uh, about yeah, 10 minutes pass. And you finish this identify spell. And which one was this on again? Sorry.
The red potion that I think I drank, that Serenia drank.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so this is what is known as a potion of recovery. And what this does is it just increases the effectiveness of any healing taken within like a minute of consuming the potion. So it's essentially like mechanics wise, after downing this potion for a minute, any healing you take is doubled.
Noted. Okay. Does anybody know of like a good shop in town? We could re-up on supplies, maybe grab something a little warmer. As she like looks at her bare skin.
Ambrose takes off his coat and puts it on her. I'll get another coat. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to assume
you.
Snaros will know of a few in town.
What's her?
Would Snaros know of a few in town, seeing this is her home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
there's like a tailor, like maybe 2 minute walk away.
I need a tailor, I need a jeweler, and I need an arcanist. Maybe an alchemist.
let's get you to a tailor first. They're only a couple minutes away, walking.
Serenia will grab her little bag and put it on, and she's ready to go.
Right. Are you guys coming with us?
Uh, Shy sort of looks to Faris, and nods. Faris says, "Yeah, I'll come with you, but I think Shy's just gonna stay here for a little bit." And Shy says, "Yes, I'm going to finish cleaning up, and then I will get some more supplies, resupply here, and then I'm going to head over towards the home."
Stay safe being alone, Shy.
Yeah, and so Faris says, "Well then, shall we get going?" And he goes to open the door, and it just goes, "Doop," and he says,
Oh, sorry. And Ambrose goes up and molds earth so that way it goes back down.
"Thank you." And he opens the door, and this rush of cold air flows into the room.
Snaros will be right behind him.
All right.
I'm gonna stay
So
by Serenia and just try and support her while she's walking if she's struggling.
yeah,
Yeah, Serenia is literally moving at like a snail's pace. Her feet are dragging. She is tired. She is like
I know this
metaphorically
might be hard to
crumbling.
hear, but maybe we should also visit a cobbler for you. I can keep your boots in my bag if you like. I just don't think that footwear is pretty useful in this sort of weather.
Darling, I've walked many a street in these shoes. They're not going anywhere. I'm just tired. That floor wasn't comfortable at all. Somebody, and she glares at Ogin, kept kicking me in the middle of the night. It's fine.
um, Faris sort of notices sort of Serenia struggling a bit, and he sort of turns to Snedos and says, "Just, you know where we're heading. Just keep on going." And he sort of drops back a bit, goes to Serenia, and just sort of like reaches into his bag, pulls out this. It's like a sort of small biscuit with a sort of. It's got this weird sort of swirling green pattern on it, and he says, "Here, please eat this."
Last time I ate something and I didn't really know what it was, I was vomiting for days. Are you sure this is alright?
I assure you, I will eat it as well if you want.
No, I'll just use your hands as a vomit bag later. And she eats the cookie entirely.
Oh, yeah. So you eat it. It's sweet, salty, very crumbly. And as you swallow it, there's a sort of you feel re-energized. Remove 1 point of exhaustion.
Sick.
And he says, "All right, let's keep going." And he sort of makes his way back up to the front with Snavis. Yeah, cool. So where were you guys heading again?
Taylor.
Taylor, cool. Yeah, so you Snara sort of leads the way for the party, and eventually you get to this small building. It's very small shop. There's a old satyr standing behind the counter, uh, lining the walls are just countless clothes and bags and hats and shoes and that sort of thing. Um, and Fata says, "Yep, this is the place." And there's like a tiny, tiny sign on it, which just says, uh, um, Simon's uh, suits. There we go. Hey, cool. Not improvised. All right. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So, yeah, you open the door, and there's this old satyr standing behind the counter. He's got short horns, bald head, uh, light sort of light grey sideburns, and grey fur on his arms and legs.
You want to keep my coat, or do you want to look for one in here?
I'll look for one. This one's a little large. And she's like swimming in it,
I figured. And Ambrose will take his coat back so that way Serenia can try on
she wipes the
other
crumbs
coats.
off her tits and just like shakes
What,
them
sure
into
it's
a
to come
jacket.
off her tits?
I heard that as well.
Love salty stranger treats. Anyways,
So I'm standing
sure.
there, salt on my tits.
so I'm standing there, salt on my titties, when this man, um, she's gonna start looking for like, coats, preferably black, maybe fun patterns. Who knows?
Yeah, and this old satyr behind the counter sort of doesn't really pay any attention to any of you guys. He's just sort of like standing behind the counter, like just sewing away. And yeah, you're looking through these coats, and there's all sorts of different ones. There's these nice black long coat with a few buttons at the front to close it up, and there's a sort of long another coat, nice and long. The outside of it is black. The inside of it is red. Um,
I'm gonna throw a first level spell slot to the wind and just cast detect magic for fun.
oh, there's nothing.
That's fine. Hold it up. Keep it up.
Yeah, and just continuing to look through all of these, there's just all sorts of different cloaks and clothing.
Just
throughout the
finds the
store.
cheapest plain black one.
Yeah, you managed to find this cheap plain black cloak. It's a good fit for you. It does its job.
Perfect. She'll walk it up to the counter, put it down. Just this one, please.
And this old satyr just keeps on sewing away, just doesn't respond to you.
Anyone speak
And
old man?
Farah sort of speaks up and, well, he speaks up to you and just says, he's a bit hard of hearing. You need to talk louder.
She gets but an inch away from his face. Hello! Hi.
And he slowly drops down this thing and looks up at you and says, "Oh, hello! I didn't see you there. Yes. What can I do for you? Welcome to Simon's suit. What can I do?
Just the jackets, please.
The what?
Jacket!
And he takes this jacket off of you and says, uh, 20 copper.
She puts a gold on the counter and just smiles.
Thank you very much.
Let's go. He was probably staring
and-
at my tits the entire time. And she like puts the jacket on and
Going in the notes.
Alrighty. Serenia has a shitty cloak. Look billowing.
what's the next logical stop in the order of things?
I like that this campaign is just go from place to place, go shopping, move on to the next. Yeah. Alright.
Book of time, book of shopping list.
Book
It's a
of
catalog.
shopping.
We should be the coupon collectors. That should be our name.
That's a good one. The couponers. Petting zoo might have a run for its money. I'll start testing it out with the people. We'll see how they respond. Petting zoo.
Are we done shopping? Can we go see? Can we go see our families now?
Well, that's what I said. What's like the next logical stop?
Can we just go talk to them? Can we just go? If everybody's done with what they need to do.
You guys can go. I don't mind going shopping.
Yes, unless you have other things to do, I guess the most reasonable option is to head home.
Before we leave the city, like I said, I just need to stop at an alchemist. But the rest is fine. We can go whenever.
I believe we have one at the home, if he's in, that is, but he should be.
Then lead the way.
It's Esmeralda.
Yeah. Yeah, and Farris opens the door and sort of leads everyone out. And anyway, and yeah, you sort of wander through these streets a bit. It's weird. Like there's nothing out of the ordinary going on. There's like when you first came here, there was an explosion. There was people running off. There was smoke rising. But today there's none of that. People aren't even like as you pass all these crowds of people on the way out. There's not even whispers of people talking about what happened. It's just another day. And Faris today is actually just the entire time not been wearing his mask. He's just been wandering through the streets. Yeah, and he's leading everyone back. you go back past the abandoned inn where you guys were staying, and you see a figure through the windows, which is easily enough to assume it's Shy. Um, Seems to be putting something into cupboards. And yeah, he continues leading you off. It's about maybe a 5 minute walk, and eventually you come up to this large manor house in this sort of courtyard, fenced off area. Um, and he turns around and says, "Welcome home." Uh, yes, we'll head inside now. The general should hopefully be in there. Uh, and he leads all of you in. This old wooden double doors um, creak open. Um, and as you all enter, it's nice and warm inside. There's uh, numerous fireplaces throughout the house in several rooms, just giving a nice heat to the place. And as you sort of um, have a look around the house, it seems like it's like a house that's almost designed to look like it's abandoned, sort of thing. Like there's dust everywhere. There's a lack of like signs that people live here, and that sort of thing. Um, and Faris sort of says, "Right, this way," and he sort of leads you all through. And there's a sort of um, bookshelf up against one of the walls, and he sort of um, places his hand on one of the books and says, "If I hear or if any of you tell anyone who is not a part of our group about this, I will hunt you down and kill you personally." And he pulls on this book, and this bookshelf begins to slide across to the side, revealing a hallway and stairs leading down to the bottom, where
It looks like Floyd.
you can hear voices coming out from beneath.
Unless Ferris goes, Neros is possibly the first one just already heading down.
Yep. Cool. Does the rest of the party go with? Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So you all make your way downstairs, and you see there's this small room, stone walls, wooden paneling on the floor, and there's a table in the middle with a map of Bleakford. And on this map, there's a few like little stick figurines, like put around the map. There's X's on the maps for and like giant home sort of symbols on the map. And standing around the table is this tall Goliath man wearing these sort of green, scraggly robes. He's got these tattoos all over him, which look like octopus tentacles just all over his body. A bald head. He seems very stern and sort of emotionless. And standing next to him, sort of pointing at locations on this map, is a Fearbolg with sort of long grey hair and a longer beard, these soft green eyes, green scale plate, sorry, scale mail, that's the one. With just some like light fur padding around the shoulders, exposed arms with green, like sort of mossy looking arm hairs. And just a giant stone sword with runes carved in it, carved along the spine of its blade. Stands there just sort of pointing at locations on this map. And next to them, leaning just on this table, looking down at it, is a Owlin female who is wearing this sort of tabard in black and blue, and the wings folded down like a resting position. Crossbow stands leaning against the desk at her side. Her feathers are this sort of deep red around the face and a dark brown for the rest of her body.
When they get in, Snitus is going to smile and say, "Good to see you, General."
She looks up and walks over and places her hands like up on your shoulders. And
Kneel down. She was. She just kneel right on down. When he
it's good to see you, child. And she gives you a hug.
Can I
You're going to
assume
give
that
him
the
a hug.
Fearbulg is Odie?
It is. It's the familiar face of both of us.
Ambrose runs past everybody, like I assuming he was taking up the back, and just like scoots past everybody and just throws himself on Odie. How tall is Odie?
He is like maybe just like a foot under Ambrose.
A foot under Ambrose? He's short. Ambrose
Hmm.
picks him up and like shakes him.
Ugh.
It's so good to see you. I'm so glad to see a piece of home here. I've been away for so long, Uncle Odie. So good to see you.
Ambrose?
Are we to
Ah,
assume that the
puts him down.
owl birthed her? And she's gonna look at Jackson and Mary and Ogun.
Does she say this loud enough for Snitus to hear?
No. God, no.
Okay.
The
That's-
owl birthed who?
That booms out of Mary across the room.
100%. No
The
idea
owl
what's
birthed
going on.
who?
After that, Jackson just fucking face palms and
What? Oh no, she did not birth me. That would be.
Oriel sort of looks over past Snaros and says, it's nice to meet you all. I am Oriel. Snaros is my daughter, but adopted daughter.
Well,
Oh.
that's less exciting, but hello.
You know the thing when children do when they think of their mom actually trying to get with somebody? Yeah, it's that face right now for Snitus. It's just like,
Looking at
Complete confusion.
Otris or
I'm
okay.
Serenia. Mary. Princess Jackson, aka Party Leader, aka Sparky. And then this is Hogan, aka Featherman, aka. Do we have any other nicknames for him? Is that just
No,
it?
I don't have one.
No, you're Featherman.
Another one.
Just one.
Featherman is just coming from Ambrose.
Did you
It's
just call
not
him
my real
Dada?
nickname. Huh? No.
after Serenia says Princess Jackson, he just says, "That's not my name."
Just now.
Ogin is also Ogine.
I don't mind how you pronounce it. Go for it.
There's more. I'll find it. I know there is.
Everyone's looking real thirsty today.
Is it that time?
I'm
Can't
always
find
thirsty.
I'm thirsty
Yeah, you're
That
right,
sounds
Princess
a little
Jackson.
for those dead eating.
For fucking Christ. Jesus fuck. Okay, simmer. 2 more sips of water, kids.
Already peed twice.
I
We're
know.
struggling.
I've got a little bladder.
A little bit of bottle of water.
Bottle of water.
Bowl of water.
A bottle of water.
So it's the
Yeah.
owl that's like putting her shoulders on, her arms on.
Hmm.
Right. Okay. I didn't. When we came in, I heard there was a Goliath, so I immediately assumed. So there's my confusion, and there's also Mary's confusion because he don't get what's happening, and
Yeah.
also doesn't know what adoption is. So he's just like,
And Oriel sort of looks towards all of you and then looks at Snados and says, "These are your friends, correct?"
Thanos kind of give like a little half nod.
Okay. Do you vouch for them?
What say? I didn't hear what you said, Wombat.
Do you vouch for them?
The
I vouch
hesitation.
for most of them, yes.
Okay. We'll talk about that later. Yes. Hello. It's nice to meet you all. You must be Snedos's friends.
sure.
I guess. Traveling companions, more accurate.
In the background, Ambrose is just like, "Where have you been? Have you been traveling this whole time?" Blah 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 blah.
Well, yes. Sorry. What brings you all up here? I thought you were meant to be in Seoul.
Soul is now a bit of an ice cube.
It's like home, is it?
Hmm?
It's like home, is it?
Now it is, yeah. Even to the people, well, not so much to the people in the streets trying to survive, but in a sense, yes. I'll tell you
This.
more about that if you like in private.
Yes. Um, and we'll sort of cut over now to uh, Ambrose and
Poor
Otrist.
OT, he's being accosted by Ambrose.
And he sort of gives you a hug and says, "Ambrose, it's good to see you, but you shouldn't have come here. It's not a good place. Why are you here?"
Because it's my friend's home, and I don't think we should talk poorly about friends' home because they don't get to pick where they're from. They just get to pick what they do.
That's
So,
that's
I think, but why'd you come here if you don't like it so much?
because I'm helping them. It's not that it's not a good place in the terms of it is dangerous.
Oh, we know. We fought some stuff with masks on. There's a lot of people with masks on. Do you know anything about that?
I do, yes. Some of the people here who choose to fight against the Cabal choose to don masks, so then that way they're hidden and their identities is not known as the if they are
That's
the
kind of
Cabal will tend to sort of well go after
that is
them, their friends,
that
their
is
loved ones.
boring.
Well, I tried uh to ask some of those people who don masks if they know where my mama is, but nobody could tell me. Have you seen her?
And as you say this, he sort of starts to look a bit uncomfortable. Um, and he sort of says, "No, no, no, sorry, I don't."
Why did you make that face when you said that? Everybody makes that face when they say that to me.
It's just, it's. He looks like he's like sort of struggling to think right now, and he says, "It's just, it's not a good topic to talk about."
But
You
it's
know,
but it's my mom, and I don't know
yes,
about
but
it.
it's never nice having to tell someone that you don't know where their family are.
So you don't know where she is.
Hmm. Can I do an inside check?
Sure.
Ambrose isn't. Ambrose
Yeah, I
believes him.
know because
Um,
she's.
um, do you know
What
her
is my
name? What's her
bonus
name?
again?
I've been checking every graveyard that I've been to. I haven't been to any graveyards here yet, but I figured when we walk by on the way out, maybe I could check a few. But I've been looking for hollow boughs everywhere, and I haven't seen any that would match my mama's dates. Can you give me her name?
Um. Uh. He sort of looks like still the same, sort of struggling to like think, struggling to recall. And he says, I can't. I'm sorry, Ambrose, but I can't think. It's. I don't. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Doesn't anybody remember my mom?
I rolled 17 for the inside check.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you think he's telling the truth?
I mean, I didn't mean to come here and interrogate you, Uncle Odie. It's real nice to see you.
It's
It's a little disappointing.
good to see you too, Ambrose. But you.
But I mean, friends. You want to meet my friends?
Sure.
Okay, so you already know Moral.
God.
This is Rosie. This is Hoss. This is Sparky. Sparky. My Boston coming out. Sparky.
My boy's
My
wicked smart.
This is Sunrise. This is Featherman.
I'm just going to assume that those are not your actual names. It's good to meet you all. I will say the same thing that I said to Ambrose, that you lot should not have come here.
You see,
I
I
was
should not have
outvoted.
been born. So
You what?
That's a lot.
Just say you shouldn't have been born.
should not have been born.
Whoa.
You're not the first person to say we should have come here, and it's starting to look like a
So
regret, so.
You want to know why we came here? It's because one of the old gods came to visit us, and he said, "Do you want a portal?" We said, "Yeah." And he said, "Where do you want to go?" Then Rosie said, "How about we go to my house and get some help fighting some of these big ice monsters?" And we said, "Yeah, that'd be a good idea." And then the old god made us a portal, and then we came here.
oh no, for me, I wanted to visit the north. It has been so long, so
That was a lot. So
It's a lot we've been through.
sorry, you said an old god came to you. Who? What?
Yeah, Youse was this little rabbit with horns on it, and then uh, Rosie caught it because Rosie's a real good hunter, and
God
then
of
it
the
turned
Wild.
into a goat. It was really great. It was Youse, I think.
Yeah, God of the Wild.
Good to know that one's still around. Uh, um, um, God. And then you were given a chance to teleport here, and why did you choose here? Again, sorry, you came here to get help.
Oh no, I wanted to
Ambrose looks
visit the
over
north.
at Rosie.
Any help to do with the cabal, as well as maybe stock up a little bit on things we couldn't get back in Seoul.
Look, Oriole sort of stands up and says, I can understand why you have, well, why you would come here for help, but quite simply, we can barely defend our own home. We can't.
And I could see that.
Look, we can't. if we could really secure Bleakford, and that's a task. Look, us three in this room, Faddis, you, Shy. That's six out of the 11 of us left.
And what
We're
happened to
not
her?
we're not winning. It's it's Omen. He's been putting a lot of pressure on us. We're doing our best, but it's hard.
That many so quickly, though.
Sorry?
What's changed? That many so quickly, though. What has changed?
I don't know. People have said that they've seen a new person wandering around with him. He's had perhaps some sort of reinforcements from somewhere else. We really don't know. We've been trying to figure it out, but we just can't.
Hi, my name is Ambrose. Ambrose Hollybow, by the way. Pleasure to meet you, Mom. So we we've been dealing with this gentleman named the Curator. You ever heard of anybody by that name?
No,
It'd be a
no,
man with a book and a quill feather.
a quill.
Yes.
We've seen stuff like that around. We've seen there's been these new forces supporting the Cabal. They've had these strange weapons. They look like regular quills, except for entirely metal.
And
And
they fly about and stab at people.
yes,
Serenia will pull one of the daggers out of her bag and just
yes,
like stab it into some
exactly like
people.
that.
And kill
Which one we
someone.
go?
So this is all your force. There is no one else.
There used to be more.
We're
There,
down to
there
we're down
was
to
someone
11.
else we saw in the last battle. There was a fella by the name of Jasper. He seemed to be trying to get some of the cabal on his side, so he could be helping them.
Hmm. Um, and this, for the first time, this sort of large figure, this large Goliath, standing in the corner, who's covered in these sort of these octopus tentacle like tattoos. He finally speaks up and says, "I believe Jasper was one of the leaders of one of those groups down in Cold Tide, correct?"
Yeah, he's for the Frost Gas family.
Hmm. I'm sure it's of no concern.
And here I thought that soul resistance was shitty.
Look, we
Not to be mean, sorry. It just
Oreo
I'm from Greendale. It is a little bit more organized, but we have like more money, if I can say this.
and yeah, Oreo sort of looks at you and says, "Look, we can't all be the Emerald Legion. It's just unfortunately."
I will give him a token from Greendale, so if they need help, they can like try to ask Greendale,
Yeah, cool.
and they will support them like not yeah as the at the best they can. But
Yeah, cool. He says she takes it and sort of looks at this token in her hand. It's just this sort of old scrap of this sort of like banner.
if you
And
wanna if you want help from Greendale, just show them this, and they will help as best as they can.
Thank you. It's very kind. All right. And this large Goliath speaks up again and says, "Well, now that all this pleasantries are out of the way, can we get back to our task? What are you all doing here? What's the next step?"
Get supplies, get what we can, figure out anything else needed, and she'll look at Oriole, because she did ask to speak with her in private, and then move on to EGB.
And Oriole sort of looks to you and says, "What, you're leaving?"
That is where the curator said he would be, the one helping with the cabal. Or do you have other orders?
No, no, just stay with what you think is right. We'll we'll continue trying to hold on, but doing our best.
I know you can do this, Mom.
And she sort of like straightens herself up and turns back to this Goliath and says, "Right, so you were pointing out that you thought they were after these uh, lodestones." And he says, "Yes, I believe that's what they're hunting, and from what I can tell, they lie beneath Bigfoot." And this sort of like conversation just sort of like fades out to just these ones discussing these sort of tactics and like what their sort of plans are.
Does Snatus know what the lodestones are?
This is a new thing.
Hmm.
In fact, you've never seen this Goliath person before.
He didn't introduce himself to us?
No.
He just sat in the corner quietly watching everyone as they were as you're all doing your introductions and reuniting.
Ambrose looks over at Snaros. Is that your dad?
My father is dead.
So no.
No.
All right.
Thank you, Ambrose, for
I know it
looking at
kind of looked
one
like
of
you.
us.
I was just curious.
Oh, Ambrose.
What?
Nothing, little lamb, nothing. She is going to look the
Where
rest of the
are we
party
going?
and cross our arms. As much as I'd like to stay and try to help with whatever is going on, so far, most of the day has been complaining of my desire. So what is it the rest of you decide?
I didn't complain. This is nice.
Yeah, maybe it's just me being tired, but I don't remember anyone complaining about anything, so.
So far, it's just been the NPCs telling us we made a terrible decision.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
chime in though and say I was
It's like
outvoted,
there was
but you
like,
know, gotta get it in. I mean, I don't really know what you want to do. We left Sol to get help, but then we killed the thing anyway, and then we got here, and
And
now
there's
there is
another
no
one.
help, so now you want to leave again. I don't understand. We don't seem to be doing any good. We're just going from one place to another, buying things and then leaving again. I mean, I'm confused.
I think it's worth maybe looking for the other one that, popped up. If they're here, they
Yeah, I
can't
mean,
be
We want
if
to
Initially, we
see him.
set out to learn as much information about those creatures as we could to help defeat them. But if there's more than one, perhaps we're better off just going after the curator.
well, if Jasper was trying to get one and he's trying to control it, he's using it for his own means down in Coldtide. He wants something big and scary that he can use to kind of cow the other families into submitting unto him. I
Can
think.
I ask a question? Was the I thought that the associate was selling the thing in chains, but I could be wrong. It
No, it
was
was the
the
other
thing
way
in
around.
chains was
The
selling the
thing
Yeah.
in chains
associate.
was controlling the associate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we get a name for
Okay,
the thing in
that's
chains? I
backward.
didn't write it down.
Somebody
Um.
yelled something.
Yeah,
Uh,
Yvonne. 1 second. I'll put it in the chat. So it's
Thank you.
Faris. I think Faris seems to
yeah.
know Ivan,
And what was
but he was a
Jasper's
priest
last name
of
again?
Izu.
Yeah.
Jasper Heinrich.
And yeah. That's the two.
Well, maybe we should head out and get walking to get those things that Sunrise wanted, and then we could figure it out along the way.
Do you think it's
Got a
worth
nice
maybe
coat now.
bartering with one of them for information?
Bartering with who?
Well, if he has one of the icy beasts, he probably knows something about the icy beasts.
It looked like he was in a big old hurry to get out of here, though.
I can just give
Do you
him a
think
call.
he's still around? I don't know how. Can you do that?
Who's this, sir?
Jasper. Or the one in chains.
Well, they just sort of teleported away.
That's fine.
Don't know where to.
That's fine. Don't need to talk to. Don't need to meet him in person.
You'd have to figure out some way to get in contact with them.
Yeah, I
but
can do it.
it's probably possible.
It is possible. I'm just asking.
It's probably possible.
If the group thinks it's worthwhile.
Well, it looks like they're having a meeting in here. I was just wondering if maybe we should let them have their meeting and start heading out. Ferris, you said that there might be an alchemist of some kind in here, right?
Ah, yes. And he sort of looks to Oriel, says, General is the is what's his name? The fella with the scales and weird horns things from underground. She says, "Oh, yes, you mean Sarah? Yes, Sarah's here. He's just upstairs." He says, "All right, thank you very much." Yes, the alchemist is here.
Faris, while we got you, can I ask you about Ivan that you saw yesterday with us?
Let's have this discussion upstairs. Let's leave these ones to their meeting.
Sure.
And he sort of walks you guys up the stairs. Says, "Yes, Ivan. What would you like to know?
How do you know him?
How do I know him? He's just been around for a while. He's from what we can tell, he's a high-ranking lieutenant of Aizu. For whatever reason, he's got some reason to be here. Probably for whatever those lodestones they were talking about downstairs there. Whatever reason is tying himself in with the Cabal, it's probably nothing good. And he is responsible for the death of my family.
What do the lodestones do?
I don't know. That Goliath fella just turned up one day and just sort of, I don't know. He was talking to Oriel and mentioned something about something being below Bleakford and across the world. In fact, these things called lodestones, and how he seeks to, his order seeks to defend them. And that's why he was here.
Is he vouched for?
Yes.
By who?
Oriel hasn't said, but I assume it's her.
So he has a link to the Cabal, and it looked like he was in the process of giving control of an associate over to Jasper. Do you have any idea what he may have been doing in recompense for that, in terms of what Jasper could be doing for Yvonne?
Well, if assuming these lodestones are all across the world, I think it's probably safe to say that perhaps if Jasper gets control of Cold Tide, there may be one in that area, and he hands over control of it to Ivan.
Hmm. So it seems to be more about the stones. Hmm. Interesting.
That's just a guess. I mean,
Okay. Okay. And just sort of like stop musing to himself and start thinking about things.
yeah. Cool. So what I'm going to do now is the party will head upstairs, go and talk to Sato, but we will do that after a bio break. Yay! Because I need to piss.
Sam.
Guess we'll be right back.
Bye.
Bye.
We're back. Hello. Good day.
Dude. Um.
Good day.
Bidet. Bidet, fellas.
Oh boy. All right. Yeah. So. Um. Yeah. Faris leads you all upstairs. Um. And you go to a. There's like a room. It's mostly empty. It looks like it would have been maybe an old study or something. But sort of like spread around the room is like all these different ingredients and shelves with these glass bottles and vials full of stuff in them. As this strange person that you've none of you have really seen before. Like you've probably seen a couple of times, but that's about it. And they're sort of like this weird scaly skin with like these sort of more protruded scales, sort of like almost horn looking, sort of running down past the side of its head. This blue skin, these sort of darker eyes with these sort of blue um, irises, and he's sort of working away, brewing these potions and cutting up ingredients and chucking them into pots and the like.
Ambrose
And
goes up and just quietly watches what he's doing.
um, um,
Exactly.
uh, and quickly goes to turn around and grab another ingredient and sees you all standing there and says, "Ah, sorry. Who are you? Sorry, why are you here? Oh, Ferris, hi, nice to see you. Anyway, sorry, could you pass me that?" And Ferris sort of points to something and picks it up and chucks it across the room at him, catches, quickly snaps it and chucks it into this pot, and says, "Sorry, that was very time sensitive. I'm here. Cool. Hi, how can I help?"
Hello.
That was so
Oh,
neat.
sorry, my name's Sarah. I'm the I guess you could call me the alchemist. I sort of just do it. Yeah, how can I help you all?
Hi, I'm Ambrose Hallibow. I'm a Fearbold.
Yeah, I can tell. Oh, sorry, right. My people are rather sort of. I guess you'd call us newer to the world, but yeah, we're simply called dreamers.
Ambrose is so happy right now. What's a dreamer? What do you do? Where'd you come from? How'd you become new to the world? What's your name? I didn't quite hear it or know how to spell it from my notes.
Slow down, Ambrose. Quiet. Just a little.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would have not got that.
No, I didn't either.
And he says, "Yes, I'm Sarah. I'm the alchemist for this motley crew. Um, our people, my people, the dreamers. Our people are an old race, but we fled a apocalypse many years ago by hiding uh, in the earth. Recently, through mining and excavations, our tombs had been rediscovered, and boop, out we come, and here we are. Yes, so we are
Wait, so you were dead?
not dead, no.
Isn't
Simply
that what tombs are
living.
for?
We called them tombs, but they're just like sort of like houses underground, like big houses, big cities underground in these locked away uh, areas
Where is that?
everywhere, just under the
Every
ground, under the
Ambrose
ground.
looks at his feet. Like here?
I mean, this is where my family was from, underneath the mountains around here.
I could do this all day. So if anybody else wants to jump in, Ambrose is going to be peppering this guy with questions.
Does that mean you know anything about these supposed lodestones?
The lodestones. We've heard about them. Uh, they're old, like really old. Older than us. Supposedly the starting points for all life on Earth, that sort of thing. But yeah, we never really had much to do with them, to be honest.
Right. Listen, I just need a few things really quick. Ingredients for healing potions. Do you? Would you, please?
Ah, yes, of course. Here you go. And he uh reaches he runs over to like a shelf, grabs a couple of things off, and puts them down on a table counter thing, and says, "Yep, this is stuff for a healing potion."
Now, do these make okay ones, or do these make excellent ones?
Well, they'll make what we use. They're not the best, but they're not bad. You know,
How can I
they'll
make
heal
them
you.
better?
I mean, I could trade out probably this, and this for. Uh, and he walks over and grabs some more finer materials. So like he's trading out this sort of these flowers and like salts and stuff like that, and instead he places down this sort of dish of this like glowing blue mineral and this sort of orangey flower that, as you sort of put your hands closer to it, it sort of radiates this heat and begins glowing brighter and brighter orange.
I'll take those, and then I need ingredients for something called a potion of recovery. What do you know?
A what?
Apparently just needs a lot of glitter. Do you have any glitter that makes things heal real good?
I'm I'm fairly certain that you're not supposed to consume glitter.
This one made us feel real good.
That I'm sorry, I've never heard of such a thing.
Interesting.
I don't have much experience with potions, but I don't believe this ingredient is glitter.
Oh,
What else is sparkly like that?
Gems. My personality. Many things.
That's true. That's real true.
yes. I suppose it could be some form of gem, but even then,
Do we still have that little bit in the tube? Can we show them?
I'm pretty sure I gave that to someone else, so...
You held on to it while I sat on the floor with it. You have it. Serenia was not allowed to keep it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, well, in that case, at some point during the conversation, Jackson would have reached, like, to grab it and then hand it over.
oh, this is from that he looks at like the symbol on the bottle. And he says, "Oh, this is from that company over in uh well, they're fucking everywhere these days. Yeah, the that what are they called? Black Shine Alchemical, right? Yeah. This must be a new thing. I've never seen anything like it.
Yes, you are correct. It's, experimental, you might say.
Ah,
You know if we can make anything that's kind of like it?
oh, I mean, I can do my best to, as long as you're okay with me, uh, using what's well this well
Go ahead,
this
fuck around and find
this
out.
this drop to try and analyze it and make something new. I can definitely do that, but I mean, well, I say definitely. I mean more like I can definitely try. It might not work out though. They're quite
Okay,
fancy.
We don't know
well,
how long we're staying though, so maybe we could just take some ingredients that you think might do the thing that you're going to try and do, and we could try to do it on the road.
Well, what? Well, obviously, I'm assuming that this is mostly empty because you have consumed it. So,
Yes.
what sort of what did it do exactly?
It's like made me
It made
feel
you
a little
heal real
better.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better,
Like
stronger,
more than
faster.
usual.
Okay. Uh, all right. I think I can. I think I can do something. And he sort of hands you this, and he looks like sort of looks around the room and he runs over to this tank and reaches his hand in and pulls out a frog. And he walks over to you, on like the table in front of you, and he squeezes it, and a bunch of tadpoles come out of its mouth, and then he puts it back into the uh, back into the tank. He says, "Right, so that, and then
Are you done with that?
no, not yet, not yet.
No, the
And then,
frog.
no, not yet, not yet. And he sort of keeps on looking around, and then he sort of fidgets about and like ruffles through all these things and says, "But that's what." And he grabs it and sort of slams this small bag full of this weird um, sort of shiny dust. And he slams it down on the counter, and then he like scratches his head, looks around, and he goes, "Oh." And he walks over and grabs just like a handful of these red berries off of this vine and puts them down on the counter as well. It might work.
Serenia's gonna try to steal the frog.
Wiley's like sort of ruffling, like
Yeah.
digging through. Okay, yeah. So so you go to like you make your way over to the uh frog.
Aquarium.
Yeah. Roll a sleight of hand.
21.
Cool. Yeah. So you go to put your you go to reach towards it, and all of a sudden this bright pink uh, floating hand sort of appears and just slaps your hand away.
She'll keep putting her hand in.
It just like
I've
slaps
changed
you
my
every time you go to
mind.
touch it.
I don't really want anything. Does anyone else want anything?
I want these tadpoles for sure, and the sparkles and the berries. I can see what I can come up with for sure.
I've got the money for. If this is all we need.
I mean, you wouldn't happen to have a vegetarian alternative to this, would you?
What?
Shakes the jar of tadpoles.
Oh no,
Vegetarian alternative.
they are vegetarian.
They are?
Well, I mean,
Because they only eat plants? Is that what you're saying?
no, insectivores. Is that the one? Something like that.
I
They're
believe
they're
so.
fine. No meat, no meat. They're fine.
They're made. All right. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Verborg thing getting a potion. Excuse me, did this come in a corn option?
Does this have gelatin in it?
And this is a little bit off topic, but when Wombat was doing that guy there, it just reminded me of if anyone's seen the reel of the dude who's like throwing together like Disney scripts, like stuff. He's like, okay, give me a verb. He's like mad libbing the whole thing.
Yeah.
I love this guy.
Oh yeah.
I love him. Hey, do you do a lot of traveling, or do you just kind of stay here?
I haven't really left too far from the home downstairs, but we yeah, I've sort of I've been around the ice wall island before. I've been down into Cold Tide and over to Thor and stuff like that. But yeah, no. Other than that, no, not really. Not too much traveling.
Do you know if there are any of your kind under Hearth?
Ooh, actually, I don't know. I never really had much contact. I was sort of born down in there after everyone had gone down there. But I mean, possibly.
If I meet another one, if I name drop you, will they know who you are?
Probably not.
Or no?
No.
Well, it was such a pleasure to meet you. You're a really awesome person.
Thank you. Sorry, wait, yes. Money. Please. Hand.
Oh,
How much?
I think, so for that,
Snack Pack had it.
I think, you're such wonderful people. Let's call it, 75
500
gold.
gold.
Do you have gems as well? Arcane quality
Gems.
ones?
I can go and have a look at the back. 1 second. And he sort of wanders out the back. You hear like some smashing about in the back room. And he comes out, and his sort of there's these like two pink floating hands holding gems, and then he's got just a couple arms, like his arms are like this, and they're just loaded with gems. And he shuffles over and sort of just plonks it down uh on the desk. So yeah, we've got all these.
I would start looking for a ruby worth roughly 300 gold pieces.
Yeah, yeah, there's one of them.
Okay, I'll pay for that and the ingredients.
Do we
So
need a diamond?
375.
Diamond.
No one can cast Revivify yet, I think.
No
We
one in
have
our
scrolls,
party.
don't we?
We have scrolls.
Oh yeah.
But you still need the diamond with the scroll,
Yeah.
right?
Is there a
Mhm.
diamond in the pile?
Yeah.
I have some spare cash if need be.
Serenia will rip 3 patches of gems off of her coat.
How many more patches of gems do you have?
I have 7 left.
Okay.
I think, yeah, 7 left.
Cool.
Just spending them all on rocks.
Rocks.
Yeah, so I would pull 3 of the 7 gems off and offer them in a trade, obviously, because they are gems, not.
So you want to give me gems for gems?
I need 2 bigger gems, and I've only got little ones. And none of them are quite the gems I need.
Okay. Yeah, so you wanted the ruby and the diamond, right?
Yes, please.
Cool. Done deal.
So what,
So
675 altogether?
yeah, about that.
Excellent. She gives it all over.
Cool. And he sort of carries it and puts it in these like these pink floating hands. Says, "Go on." And they sort of float around the back room. Says, "Thank you all for your business."
Where's the rest of that person?
You're looking at them.
Really?
Me.
Your hands are still attached.
Yes, I. And then he just goes, "Woo, woo, woo," and like 3 of these hands appear, and he says, "I can do it."
Ambrose is speechless. He's just like the reflection of the pink hands, just like in his giant saucer eyes, like floating around, just mesmerized.
And he just makes them start playing rock paper scissors with each other. And then he says, "Now, thank you for your business." Oh shit! And he turns around and starts like quickly like pouring out this potion that he's making.
Serenia looks to Jackson and to Ambrose and like holds the diamond between her fingers. In the event one of us gets struck so hard we die, this is in here. And she puts the diamond into like a little locket style necklace on her neck. One that already has like a much smaller diamond in it, but like she puts a big diamond beside it and tucks the ruby in there as well. It goes with the scrolls you all have. But we only get one try.
I was
so don't
wondering why
fuck
you
it
were
up.
offering me a diamond to make people come back to life. But now I understand it has something to do with the piece of paper he gave me.
Yes. But we only get one shot at it, so don't fuck it up. And if multiple of us die, just pick. Don't flip a coin or do anything stupid like that. Don't leave it to fate.
Oh, spicy. Spicy hot takes right there.
She's just mad.
She'll close it up. So fucking
Gotcha.
mad, I don't want to talk about it. And then she'll put
So what are we doing now?
she'll pass the potion ingredients to Mary.
Is it just
The
is it
tadpoles
standard?
and stuff?
Finer health potion
yeah.
ingredients, better quality
Oh, okay.
health potion ingredients, and
Right.
then random ingredients for potential potions of protection ?
Recovery. Yeah,
Okay.
those I will take. I'm going to take
Give
the
those ones to
tadpole
Ambrose.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take the basic ones because he's still very much like paint by numbers with this shit.
Ambrose has no idea how these tadpoles fits in, but he has grown attached. So
God. What have I done?
more pets.
Go. Marvel starts trying to eat the tadpoles.
I might.
Cool. All right. Varys sort of walks out with you all and says, "That's a is an interesting fellow." Anyway, is there anything else that you'll need or want to do, or what's the next plan?
What's like the best tavern in town? Like if we wanted to invite a friend for a drink, where would we go?
Oh, I mean, can't really say that I've had the time to visit any taverns recently, but I mean, there's uh Fallen Snow just around the corner. It's a pretty nice place. At least it used to be. I don't know if it's held up.
Excellent.
Oh, shall we head off there, or is there something else that you all wanted to do?
I could use something to eat. I think going to a tavern is an excellent idea.
Just a little lunch, maybe. You know, we hadn't really sat and talked to each other ever. You know, I know about Mary, and well, that's really it. We don't know much about each other.
We don't?
I feel like I know a lot about Ambrose.
Know too much about Ambrose.
Ambrose is the guy on the back of the bus who you know his life story already because he was on the phone.
We could have a drink or two, get to know one another, and regroup in the morning.
All right.
Rosie, this is your house. What do you think?
Sarah's to kind of look at him and then just give this slight shrug.
What, you don't want to know us?
It's complicated. But let's go.
Getting to know us is complicated. Do you not want to know the names of your enemies before you eat us?
You're Serena. That's Jackson. That's Mary. That's definitely Ambrose. And that's
That's
Ogini.
me.
But I don't plan on eating you. And I hope no one eats me.
Serena's gonna wink as she turns around.
I'm vegetarian.
It would. Cool. Yeah, so Farah says, Right. Well, let's head off. Come on, it's this way. And he leads you all downstairs.
Serenia is
Um,
going to stay at the back of the pact. Pack?
mhm,
Pack? We're wolves? At the back of the
pack.
pack. The pack. The gaggle.
Cool.
We could be geese.
Mm. Could be, but you're not.
Ambrose is
Let's
going
be
to hold the door
gaggle
for
because
everybody
there's
because
always
he's a
noise coming
gentleman.
from somebody.
Park what?
Okay, what'd you say, Ambrose?
Oh, I said that he's going to hold the door for everybody. He'll run up
Yeah.
ahead of everybody and hold the door.
What a gentleman.
Cool. Thank you. Um, and as you open the door, Shy is standing there. Says, "Oh, hello. Where are we all going?"
I think it was a place called the
And
Fallen
he-
Snow, right?
Oh, yes, I went there the other night. It's quite nice. Yeah. Shall we go then?
Unless anybody disapproves.
I don't mind more company. More is what I always say.
All right then.
All right. And yeah, so it's a short walk, just like down the way, around the corner, and eventually you get up to this tavern, and it's a nice place. It's sort of standard sort of construction as the same buildings around. So it's like wooden stone supports. There's a warm glow and light coming from inside. There's a couple of people sitting outside or drinking and smoking. And inside, you can hear loud talking, laughing, uh, drinks clanking, and yeah, it just seems like a nice little place.
Before going inside, Serenia is going to cast Sending,
Hmm.
directed at the curator.
Hmm.
Just kind of like waves everybody else in and like, flicks after them as kind of like a mom does, like when she wants everyone to hurry up and get the fuck inside. And she like just makes sure no one's like really watching, and she'll just, if there is like someone paying any attention to her, she'll just be that weird girl in the corner like smelling her hair and talking to a dead rat. Very casual, blending in with the streets kind of shit.
Yep.
And then she just says, "We want to meet, willing to bargain, but you have to come to us. Meet at the Fallen Snow. What do you want?"
No reply. Um, cool. You think it worked? Um, and yeah, so as the whole uh, as you sort of catch up to the party, just as they're all about to go in, you open the door and this wave of just warm air floods out, immediately warming you all up. Um, and as you walk in and you sort of look around the room, there's a very big sort of mix of people here. Like, there's some people dressed in like the standard, like oracles, churches uniforms. There's people dressed in like everyday clothes. There's people dressed in soldiers' uniforms, that sort of thing. And then there's a table, completely empty. The curator sitting in it.
Yeah.
Ambrose is holding the door, so he's the last one in. So it doesn't stay.
When Jackson sees a curator, he's just going to freeze in place.
If
Paris looks
Ambrose,
annoyed, but she walked over.
if Ambrose is the last one in, they would have heard Serenia's message. Well, that was fast.
What's fast?
That's what she said.
Over to you. Okay. And
Marigold's doing the thing from fucking Always Sunny where Charlie and Mac have like locked eyes across the table. Like, stop looking at him. I can't. Staring at each other.
yeah, and the curator's just sort of looking at you all, and he just
How
sort
dare
of
you?
softly smiles.
I smile back and I wave. Then I will
Look
go
what
sit
the
to another
rats
table.
dragged in.
What?
Sarah sort of already walked
What-
over to
who's-
take a seat across from him.
Love and thunder.
Is it a booth or is it like table and chairs?
It's like table chairs.
Ambrose takes the seat right next to the curator. Hi! Fancy meeting you here. Surprised you're also here.
Sarnia
I thought
will,
that you were in Seoul.
Sarnia will
I
turn
was,
a chair
Where'd you meet?
backwards. And
I was invited here by this one.
you were quite fast.
That was
than I
nice.
thought.
I'm strange. And he continues writing something in this book.
What you writing? Ambrose leans over.
And he simply just puts a hand on your forehead and pushes you away, closes the book.
Touch him again and he'll lose fingers.
That's cute. Now, you called me here? What do you want?
I think it's
Ambrose
fair to
looks at
say we're
Snare.
sick of your shit. And then she's just gonna sit back.
So, you invited me here to tell me that you're sick of my shit. You could have just said that in the sending.
I think we're a little bit more concerned that you took Rosie away from us. You did, didn't you?
Oh, it was only short.
I don't like having my friends taken against their will. It's not my style.
Consent and whatever. Please.
I just need to chat.
Could have asked. If you're able to just poof places, you could have just poofed here.
While you are here, do you want to say to us what you wanted to say in Ichibi, or
And he sort of looks around the room. I think I'd rather Nichibi, but it works. You see, I've been after a particular book. Quite frankly, thanks to all of you, I've managed to find it.
Ooh.
You told
Instinctively,
us
just
what
like
book it was.
touches
And-
for his journal, like, oh, so.
And what do you plan to do with it?
Write something.
and how did you find it because of us?
Because you took too long. Everything has a cost.
If you wanted to find the thing, didn't we take exactly long enough? I'm confused.
If you
It's-
said that everything has a cost, maybe rewriting the history has a cost.
That's a good point.
I'm well aware.
Serenia
it has
baffled
cost.
at Ogin's random bout of wisdom.
Just so you know, I have like 18 in wisdom, but
We've
I
never
did
heard
not
you say
wanted
anything that's
this.
smart.
You have an 18 in wisdom, but you're played by Thomas. Sorry, Ogin.
Ah, gonna kill myself.
Roasted. Spicy.
I'm gonna
Just
kill
for what
you.
you put in our
Don't
chat that I
worry.
was mad about. That's just getting karmic. Yeah, anyway.
What do you want?
Like I said, I want to write something.
What are you going to write?
I'm with Ambrose. Be a little more specific.
I'm going to change something more specifically.
What? Are you gonna make people remember my mama again? Because then I wouldn't be so upset about what you do with, the associate and stuff. Like, stuff's gotta happen to make other stuff happen. But nobody ever seems to remember my mama, so maybe if you could just write her back in, that'd be nice.
You do know the more vague you are, the more questions Ambrose will ask, so you may as well tell us.
That is the best fucking argument I've heard in this entire campaign.
Shut up,
Yeah.
Ambrose. Be
Yeah.
direct.
Um,
Times you needed Ambrose as like a deterrent, like we'll sit him on you. Fucking ready?
you see, there seems to be some sort of mix-up. You lot almost seem to think that I work something like that alongside these new oracles, but I don't.
Well, you said that you didn't.
I don't.
I didn't think that.
I don't work with them. I don't work for them. Nor do I work with or for the old gods.
Do you want to work with me?
Don't what?
Do you want to work with me?
You? No.
Hmm? No. I tried. I tried.
So we know that you're not working with any of the gods, old or new. But what are you going to change in the book? Like, can we bring it back to the book a little bit?
Many years ago,
Oh, it's
there was
story time. We're not going to talk about what goes in the book. All right. And
there
Ambrose
was a
sits down a
war,
little lower.
between the oracles and the old gods. I have searched for this book for a very long time. I became obsessed with it. I was certain that if I could just have it, I could. Well, it's quite the artifact. And unfortunately, it would take me away from my home to hunt for it.
Where's home?
On. When I came home, after many years of failure to find this book, I was greeted with the sight of the ruins of my home, the corpses of my family, and my loved ones. You see, with this book, I can change that. I can be there for them. I can save them. I can change what happened. But everything has a cost.
And what is the cost for rewriting your history?
Sounds like a you problem. No, sorry.
Thomas.
No, I wouldn't say that. That was just a joke. I'm just a troll.
The the book of time, in a way, you can say that it uses blood for ink.
Go on.
Not just blood, but the actual life force and essence of people.
Yeah, that should be the minimum for controlling what one of the fundamental thing that makes world.
And I will do whatever I need to. I will pay whatever cost I need to rewrite this story.
You see?
after.
For someone, I lost my family too, but that doesn't mean that I wanted to rewrite history. What
Or
happened
take
happened.
other people's
Maybe,
families from them.
maybe it was because you made the wrong choice. Did you think about that?
Yeah, you
I,
were hunting this book before you made that decision. It's like a chicken or egg conversation that we're having right here. I don't really understand why you were looking for the book in the first place.
I'm. You
You're
all know me
just too
as
you're just too lazy to grieve.
you all
You're
know
just
me
living in the
as
past.
the curator. Do you know what a curator does? They collect
Yeah,
things.
somebody told me
No.
they collect things.
No.
You
Somebody
cure
told me that because I
disease.
asked what curator meant.
I collect artifacts. Book of Time is one such artifact.
Hmm?
Truly, one of a kind.
And that whistle of yours too?
Whistle.
Yeah. Was it the curator that used like not a whistle but like
A pen.
an arrow, a pen? Yeah,
Yeah,
I wanted to say the pen.
Where
yeah.
was your home?
It was outside of Seoul, near a hill with a tree on it.
Oh, it was the is it the dead tree or the happy tree?
No, it's where he took where you guys all first met him in when he was sitting outside of Seoul and first gave you the ultimatum of
Yeah, yeah.
going
Yeah.
to Seoul or
On
not.
that verge, looking over. Yeah.
It
It
was
must have
just
been a
past.
while ago. Yeah.
So, can I ask, what does Sick and the Associate Soul have to do with getting the book?
Buys me time. Collects
What?
the
Why would we get in your way other than you tried to kill us?
he was also collecting me uh, ink, we'll call it.
Your blood.
Oh. For your use in the book when you finally get it, you're getting yourself some material. It's
So
pretty
where is the
grim.
book? You say you know where it is.
I just need to go and collect it.
Let's make it the race. Who can get to the book first? Us or you?
He can just poof places. I think that's cheating.
If he's confident, he wouldn't need to worry about it.
Where is this book? Exactly.
The exact same place that I told you that I would be waiting for you.
Oh, I get it.
I will wait. I will wait for you.
So you take the book, you get your dead family back, then what?
I lived my life the way I should have.
Were you a good person?
It is something that depend on the point of view. So then, yeah. If
Good person can
you're
make bad decisions.
if you live in evil, you will think that your evil doing are good.
Can I ask a question?
Hmm.
If it's do I know your mother? No, I don't.
No, I know you don't. I asked you already.
Okay.
But do you think that if we could find an alternative vegetarian blood life source, that we could also change what's in the book? Maybe there's another way.
Oh, God.
Bros turning evil just to see a,
I
a
No, maybe there's.
power.
I think that that's an extremely
Come
noble
on.
endeavor. I can't. I've been all over the world looking for my mama, and
You
if I
haven't
knew
been
that there was a
you
way to
haven't
bring her
been
back, I would absolutely take it.
you haven't
But I
been
wouldn't
to
hurt people to
Greendale?
do it.
Sorry.
I'm just talking over Thomas because I think he's just trolling.
Yeah.
So
No,
if
I
you're
was not
actually
joined. I
saying
was not.
something,
I was. Yeah, it is some. It was
okay,
something
then I'll stop
interesting.
talking over you. Go ahead.
But just when you said went all over the world, I would have said I didn't see you in Greendale.
I've been there.
Oh, when?
I don't know, 20, 15 years ago.
Can we not go off on this tangent,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah, I would have stopped there.
But uh if there was a way to bring my mama back, I'd do it. But I'm not gonna hurt other people's mamas to do it.
You see, I everything has a cost. I am willing to pay that price.
But you're
Simply,
not the one paying it. It's the people that you hurt.
I want you to think of it. Look, what does it matter?
What does it matter if people are dying?
Yes.
It matters because they've got a life to live and people to love and things to do. And you shouldn't get to play God.
The people that you're killing are the same as those that were killed by of your family.
Yet, who killed your family?
Who was at war? The old gods and the oracles.
Which side were you on?
Neither. We were simply
So
caught in the
who came and
crossfire.
got you? You're caught in the crossfire. So you were. So your real quarry, it sounds like, are the old gods and the new gods. Why would you hurt just regular old people trying to do exactly what you were trying to do?
Why not just
I,
take them out at the source?
Yeah.
I want to go back. I don't want to have to do these things. You see,
It sounds like look, the curator has said it already. He wants to get his family back. Going after the guards isn't going to bring his family back, and killing people
You
seems
want
to be
a
the only way
different
that he can
suggestion.
do it.
look,
It's I'm not saying he's right. I'm saying if you're asking if he can do it differently, he says no. Then you
Or
say
maybe
you
he
call him out
hasn't
his
explored all his options.
you calling out
if
his morality. This man doesn't seem to have much. So what's the point in questioning it? He's just standing there, as like I don't know what's going on.
Let's just let him go.
if I have to kill everyone in order to bring them back, then I will. Quite simply because by going back, rewinding time, changing the story, this would have never happened. What would it matter? All the people I killed, that's for me to deal with. But it wouldn't have mattered because it would have never happened because my family would still be alive and I would never have had to do it. So what
That's
does
actually
it
a pretty
matter?
good point. You know what? I'm conflicted now. Because I want you to have your family back.
So you're telling us.
Well, then are you going to
Sorry.
be the life force in his book?
If he wants it. I think that that's a good cause.
Oh my god, no, really?
I think you're making stupid choices. And I don't want us to be involved in your stupid choices because I would much rather make stupid choices of my own. You go get your
Why
book.
didn't you take why didn't you take our life force in the gallery if you just need stuff, then why didn't you just finish the job?
Because we survived.
I'm well, first of all, yes, you did survive. Congratulations, well done.
You
But
tried to kill us.
now I'm curious about something. I want to test something.
And what is that?
What's that? Yeah.
I'm questioning that the more powerful someone or something is, the more power their blood, their life force holds in exchange for power towards the ink for the book. If I have to kill gods, so be it.
So you're putting us out to pasture like cattle, plumping us up for slaughter.
You said if you have to kill gods, it sounds like that's who you wanted to begin with. Why don't you just do it?
Because he
You
was
don't
one
have
in
to
the
wait for
way.
us. If he wants to take out an oracle, I'm not going to stop.
While they're talking, Samson's pick up. Do you have anything to do with those that are attacking here at Bleakport?
What, there's Cabal.
Are you able to direct them elsewhere?
Suppose I could write something in the book, but why would I do that?
Is
Direct them
that the book?
elsewhere, and I'll follow to each of you, or wherever you decide to go.
Hmm.
I'll play your game.
Um, and the curator sort of turns his head to Jackson and says,
Who's still standing frozen in
yeah.
spot, by the way.
Hmm. Um, and he sort of says, "You've been quiet. I'm sure you've got something running through your head."
Just out of character. There's actually been so much I wanted to say, but it's kind of hard to keep track with the conversation. So, um, yeah. Give me a second. Okay, in character. I understand the pain you feel. Maybe not as well as others, but I understand where it comes from. But surely you see the what's the word? Surely you see how unethical your methods are.
Look, I I believe there's an old saying that the ends justify the means.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares how I get there? Because if the final result is none of it happening, what's it matter?
Well, I'm no expert in this field, but it sounds like you're justifying your own actions rather than dealing with the tragedies of your past.
Everything has a cost.
And what about the cost on yourself?
That's for me to deal with.
Jackson's just gonna keep staring at him now.
Why are your eyes all black?
Old, it's an old gift from a friend. Lets me see more than others.
Who's your friend?
Dead.
Sorry, what? Like theorists?
No, they are dead.
Who was your friend?
No one important. They,
If you can,
I believe uh, they're sort of just this. I call them a friend, but they're more of an acquaintance. Just someone who would pop by occasionally. They're quite mysterious. More of a stranger, really.
if you can see like a chair somewhere else in the tavern, Marigold's just gonna walk away and just go and sit on it. Just be like, done. Absolutely done.
so many more questions, and none of them are going to be pertinent.
Go for time. Faye says that she would like to cast Detect Thoughts.
She's gonna walk over and sit by Mary while she does it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna be focused on the curator. So I need a wisdom saving throw, please. DC. Well, no, first level surface thoughts. So, yeah.
So just surface.
Starting with surface.
Okay. There's nothing there.
Like nothing in a sense that like he doesn't think, or nothing in a sense that something is like blocking him. Like I'm hitting a wall.
Nothing there in the sense that you've seen this before, in that he's not really there.
He's like astral projecting, right?
Mm.
Basically. And Serenia would tell that to Mary. We're wasting our time. He's not even really here with us.
I figured that when he started talking about stuff. Look, he seems messed up, and he's gonna hurt people. It's all the people that he didn't solve. It's unfortunate, but he's gonna keep doing it if someone don't stop him.
So do we go stop him then?
He's over in Ichibi. We're all the way on the other side of the world.
I know. Do you feel guilt, Mary?
I think it's guilt. It feels like something's trapped in a cog somewhere in my chest.
I'm starting to
Tugs.
feel the same.
It was a tough spot, but the people I know in Seoul are good. They'll keep things going till we can get this figured out. And hopefully, there's no more of them associates over in Seoul. They just seem to be over here.
But there
It's
is
probably
one
where he's
here.
getting them. Yeah.
So do we
I
take care
don't.
of the one here and highline it for Ichibi?
I think they've. I think that they've given it to Jasper, who will have taken it to Cold Tide. He'll be doing his own little vendetta thing. It'll be nasty. I don't think it will be a problem for the people in Bleakford. I don't know. I've got no idea what's going on.
Beep boop.
Beat boop. Dispense butter.
Butter.
So back at the curator table, do you want us to stop you or try to stop you? Why do you keep toying with us?
I've given you this answer. I'm testing something. I want to see if.
Yeah, but if we just go straight down to Ichibi, then the experiment's over.
Not exactly.
Because if we go to Ichibi, we're going to be trying to make you not do the thing that you're doing.
Correct. You'll be trying to.
Right, so working directly against you, uh, and your propensity for committing acts of murder, it just seems like it's a poor mix for what you intend to do with us.
So what? Oh, I understand. So what you're saying is I should visit your home, right? I'm sure there's plenty of ink there.
Now Ambrose stands up and says, I think we're done here.
Thank you for the invite. I'll see you all soon, one way or the other. And he just disappears.
Serenia casts message at Jackson, just staring him down uncomfortably. You feel a little beady set of eyes on the back of your neck. Come take a seat, friend. You're muted, love.
Jackson got the message, but he would have just kept staring until everyone else left the table with the curator. Then he comes over, sits down, doesn't say a word, just sort of stares off into the distance.
We need to get our
You seem
priorities in
quite-
check. Sorry, Ogin, go ahead.
You seem quite shocked, Jackson. Is everything okay?
Jackson looks around at the group. Obviously something on his mind, but like he's just trying to figure out if he should share. And after a few seconds, he goes, "That night has been on my mind lately. Seeing my friend and all those other people die by his hand. I know I should feel sorry for his loss, but all I can do is see him as a monster. A monster that we have to stop."
I agree.
I
Agreed.
agree with you too.
I know you want to talk to him, Ambrose, but I think he's past talking to.
Ambrose comes over and his eyes do not look like his eyes. He looks directly at you, Serenia, and says, "Can you send another message?"
I've got a little bit left in me.
If I describe someone to you, can you make sure it gets to them?
I'll do my best. But
Allow me to compose it. One moment.
I'd like introductions.
Or we can go.
What do we call you?
Me.
You.
We are Ambrose.
We are Ambrose. Who's the other half of
Yes.
we?
We
Just
are
someone-
one. There is no half.
Interesting.
Here's a good way to tell. Ambrose, do you want to be used as life force in someone's book to try and get their family back?
No.
This one makes sense. And
As
just
detect thoughts fades out, do I get anything from the entity?
Yeah, you get, I want to go to Hearth right now.
Interesting. Yes, well, I'll do my best. Who and what?
It is the Jarl, and I will explain her as well as I possibly can.
Do you want
In
like,
as
an
many
actual
words as you
description,
can
or-
muster, please. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just asking, do you want an actual description of the or no?
Um,
Well-
I wish I remember. I know that she's a young woman. She looks similar to Uncle Odie because
One
it's
second.
his
Hmm.
daughter.
1 second.
Um,
I'll send you the picture that I
yeah,
used for
thank
reference.
you. She's the youngest Jarl that they've ever had. Is that true?
26 human years.
Yeah. She is young, but strong. High cheekbones, red hair, green eyes. A soldier, but too pretty to be a soldier.
All right.
Is that enough?
That should do. And what was her name? Sorry.
I forget.
Raytris Zifa.
Her name is Raytris.
All right. And what do you want to get along? What should I say? What's the gist of it?
The message is to prepare for an invasion of legionnaires.
All right.
That it is coming from Ambrose, and that Hearth has been threatened again, and they should mobilize the Hearthguard.
All right. So Serenia will grab the sharp end of her dagger and let a few drops of blood just trickle down her hand and kind of wipe it, dab it on either side of her temple and fluff her hair up and out of the way and cast sending to waitress, the hit Broadway musical.
It's waitress with an R.
Waitress.
Waitress.
Hello, waitress. Sending from Ambrose. Legionnaires on the way. Mobilize the guard. Invasion on the brink. Be safe. Love always. Serenia.
You have 4 words left.
Well, I think that went. And then that she would hear the trail ends of my sentence. I think that went through, but I don't really know.
And then the eyes sort of fade back to Ambrose's brown, and as they fade back, his eyes are just filling up with tears. He goes, "Threaten my family."
Do I
I'm
get a
pretty sure from the
reply?
conversation you put a target on your family's back.
I said I'd
I'm
give him
pretty
me.
sure that's when. You said something else about your family, and then he said, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea," and then left.
Do I get a
What
reply?
I say about my family?
You get a reply from not from like a feminine voice, but from a male who um just says acknowledged, thank you.
Does she have a male voice?
No, she's a lady.
A masculine voice came through. Very short. He just acknowledged.
Does that usually happen? Can people take a message for you when you do that?
I've only done this a few times, but from what I understand, it only goes to the brain of the person I'm sending it to. It's internal. And she starts like fluffing her hair.
What'd the voice sound like?
It was deep and masculine and not didn't match a girl you said was pretty. It was kind of sad. I really watched
Did it
the
have an
pretty lady.
accent or anything? Did it sound like me?
Did it sound like Ambrose? No. Nothing like you.
I kind of want to go tell Uncle Odie that happened.
Pause, please.
I will just say right now that Ambrose, you know that Waitress herself cannot cast, but she has a.
But you can reply to sending.
Yeah, sending.
Oh, can
Like
you? Okay.
sending
An
has a
automatic
reply
reply.
component.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, yeah, sure. Yeah, that came from her then.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Remove everything we just said from your memories.
The Book of Time is rewritten.
Jackson,
Yep.
I don't want to keep referring to you as de facto party leader, but I trust your opinion. What do you think we should do?
Well, as we just learnt from the curator, he intends to massacre God knows how many people. Wait, can you say God?
Gods.
Gods.
Oracle? Gods.
Gods.
Gods know how many people he plans to kill. But after our last encounter with him, he's too powerful for us to take on. At least as we are currently. We know he plans to use more of the associates to help his goal. So I think it might be worthwhile figuring out how he's connected to them and possibly severing that connection. Slow him down at the least.
Okay. So we have two options then. Hearth or Itchaby? Do we go where he might be sending somebody? Or do we go to where he's getting his paws on that book?
So I think he's just taunting us and he's already got it.
Have any of us heard descriptions? I don't know how, like, knowledgeable, maybe just Ogan. Do we have any idea what the Book of Time looks like? Like, is there, like, a
It,
legend? Like, do we know what it's
yeah, so
aesthetically looking like?
it's basically just known. Okay, it's basically known that it's a very plain sort of looking book. Just leather bound, but like patchwork leather sort of thing,
So does it
Is
look
that what
kind of
he's
like,
been carrying
yeah.
around?
or at least something like
Right.
that he has been carrying
Okay.
around.
So I think he's got it already. And I think he's just toying with us. I
Um,
don't think I don't think we should go see him at all.
or the other thing is that he know where it is, but it is protected by something, and he will use us to get to him.
He said before, blood is ink. I don't see the point in using ink if you don't have a book to write it on.
So we assume he has it already.
Or
And he
maybe he's
just wants someone
preparing
more
to use it.
powerful. I think it's a combination of the two. He said
Like
I think
power
he needs
equals
more than he's
stronger
got.
ink.
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
preparing. Oh, maybe he's like making us become stronger to kill us.
That's
And
my thought.
It's
Do
a
you
fair
think he
point.
wrote in his book that everybody forgets who my mama is?
I don't know, darling.
I, not to be too blunt, but I don't think he cares enough.
But why else would I leave Hearth if he wants to make superpower people? I wouldn't have left.
Ambrose, you believe in them, right?
Who?
The gods
Who?
or whatever.
Which ones?
You know, the old ones, the dead ones.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, we met one.
Do you believe that sometimes there's a purpose bigger than us then?
Of course.
Maybe that's why you left. Not because you wanted to, but because you needed to. So you can stop what's going on out there.
You really think so?
No, but it's the best guess I've got at the moment.
Ambrose nods.
We just have to decide. Do we go save people? And maybe fail? Or do we go fight him to save more people and definitely fail?
This is a very familiar ultimatum that has been proposed once in session 2.
Yeah, Ambrose is going to cast augury. I'm just going to ask the people upstairs real quick, if that's okay.
Of course.
Yeah. Gathers his bundle of sticks from his component pouch, drops it right on the table so that way everybody can get a whiff.
Yeah, so you hold these sticks, do the classic, just focus, breathe in, breathe out. And as you breathe out, it just
And the question is curator or hearth?
it augury isn't a
It's a
is
yes
a
or no
Okay,
no.
so
question.
I
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
ask a yes or no question. Um,
Well, it's
should
basically
we
like it
go
can tell you if it's a good idea or not.
if we go to Hearth, will we be able to stop this?
Um,
Wheeler
and
will.
as you breathe in, there's both a warm and a cold feeling. Wheel
Oh
and flow.
no. Like the same thing that I got with the tree. Same feeling.
Kay's playing with Lila, and it is honestly the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen with this group.
Should go get mine. Um, hey, everyone. I'm getting the same scary feeling that I got when we found the associate at the tree, and I really want to go home.
We know how the last feeling went. Thoughts?
I think we all understand your concern, Ambrose, but what we're dealing with, it's bigger than any single one of us or our families. I was gonna say something, but I just got distracted by Tay looking like she was about to eat the flame.
Jennifer's body.
I'm just afraid you're gonna light your hair on fire. Like that's my
Yeah,
Same.
concern.
yeah.
Is that like your hair is so close. Um, um, I mean, I mean, do we think that we can take them
No,
ourselves?
No.
but I'm willing to die
The
trying.
Hearth has the Hearth Guard. They may not leave, but they may be able to mobilize in a way that may be supportive to us.
Mary, Ogie, what do you think?
I think that we need to kill the curator, but also we need to find where he get his life force from. Like,
Who's his target of life force?
yeah, if it's like remote village or like I don't know, slave
Sounds
trading
like it's
in big
Hearth.
city, it can be hard too.
It was the people in Seoul. That's what the associate was doing when he was causing mayhem.
And we know there's an associate here.
We know there's one here. Don't know how many of them are, or where else they would be.
So do we find the one here and then go to Ichibi? Do we let them die here? Do we let Hearth die? This is seeming like a lot of pressure for 6 strangers.
You'd think some other people around the world would be more interested in their own self-preservation.
It's very rarely that way. I vote we go to Ichibi and stab that bastard in his eye.
It seems anyone who encounters the curator is either an ally of his or a victim. We might be the lucky few who have survived, and therefore the only ones that can stop him. At least directly. I think we go to Ichibi.
Serenia just sits back and looks at the rest of the group, pulling her cloak to herself. Lingers on Ambrose. Lingers on Ogin. stares at Mary.
Uh, I had a bit of a bond with some of the people in Seoul, so I cared about them. I knew who they were. I don't know any of these other people. I don't know. It's just getting involved in somebody else's business, and I don't know. We wanted to kill the curator, and then it never happened.
That's my concern. My concern is we get to Ichibi and it's another hologram.
And then my concern is that we travel all the way over to Hearth, and everyone's already dead. And then we just wasted time where we could have been helping someone else. Or maybe he never goes there, and it was just a bluff. Draws away from here, and then everyone here dies, and he just so lets us going into a loop like that.
That that's
Everything.
also
Divided by
that's
zero.
also one of my concerns is that he's just this whole thing's a game. And I'm not smart enough to figure out this game. I don't get
That's
it.
just it, Ambrose. It is a game. And we're pawns until we're not pawns anymore. Until we're
I
at the
don't know
top
how
of
to
the
not be
game.
pawned.
Being one step ahead.
As manipulative and deceptive as he has been honest, at least in some way. If he
Mm-hmm.
says he's an Ichibi, then he's an Ichibi.
That's the thing, is he hasn't lied to us. He said he was going to cause a problem in Seoul. He caused a problem in Seoul. He said he was going
Well,
to
if that's the
Ichibi.
case, then he said he's going to Hearth.
He said he was getting power from Earth.
He said he might go visit the family.
I think
Like and also specifically, he was talking to Ambrose, but he said, "I will go to your homes." Plural.
So potentially all of our homes are in trouble.
I don't have a home anymore.
I'm in the same boat as Ogin. I was born somewhere. But my home is where my family is, and essentially at this point, Mary's my family, so I'll go wherever you go.
And I'm the same with you. I don't have a place, and
We got kicked out of
Am I
our
the
home.
only one with a family that loves me?
I'm sure I have a family
surprisingly,
who loves
yes.
me, but I don't know where they are. I have Mary, and I guess I've kind of got Mr. Whiskers. He loves me. Ogin, what do you want to do? Yes, I too cast silence on myself.
Fuck off. I am the master of silence.
Sorry.
So, I think both situations are important to, how can I say this? To deal with it. But I think killing the curator is, how can I say this? He is more like cost effective.
Yeah, it'd solve more of our problems than anything else, huh?
It will solve more problems, save more people.
The price is better for what we
Potentially.
get. 6
That's right.
lives for the
Because
cost of
because
this.
if we go save a village, he will just go to another one.
You're right. I know you're right.
I don't want to be like
6
can I
lives
say?
dead is worth a lot more walking.
I don't want to be like the one that make you lose your family, Ambrose, or your town. by choosing
My
this.
family has fought off the oracles. I think they can take this guy. I would just like to be there, you know?
Yeah, I understand. But while they are defending, we will kill the curator.
It should be then.
Do it, Jimmy.
Snaros
Does anybody
is.
have Yaus's number so we can just get another point?
Now, how in the fuck do we get to Itchy?
I was just
Oh,
gonna
fuck, I
say.
can't.
That's a long journey.
Yeah.
Can I send a message to Greendale? It will be
Do you have any way to send a message to Greendale?
via normal post.
If
Good
you're
luck.
going to have sex, do not use
All
condoms.
right, so at the group's decision to go to Ichibi, we will end the session here.
It's a me
Holy
Mario.
crikeys.
Kinky shit.
Duh.
I hate the decisions that you give us.
Yeah,
hate
fuck
them.
you, Wombat.
You guys are
I
also
hate
just
them.
putting decisions on yourselves.
What are you talking about?
I
We
gave
did
you
not
one
need
decision.
Dalton.
Everything else has just spiraled out from that.
That's how this game works.
I know, but all right. Thanks everyone for watching. Appreciated.
Thank
good time.
you. We love you. Bye.
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 My mouse is having a seizure. I don't know if I'll be able to end the stream. LOL.
Never
That's a fucking
mind.
Just
We're
This is the
everybody sign
awkward.
up.
This is the awkward thing